Okay, so anyway, I gotta tell you about this. Been on my mind all weekend. What happened to Sara Sosa? Did you hear about this? Of Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Okay. She is a highly likely voter. She never misses an election and didn't miss one in 2010, 2011, 2012, or 2013. She, along with other members of her family, votes very regularly. The problem with this lady is that Sara Sosa tragically died in 2009.
Okay.
Yet she cast a ballot anyway.
Wait a minute.
What?
She died in 2009, but also voted in the 2010, 2012, and 2014 elections?
Yes, she did. Well, she did.
That's miraculous.
It is miraculous. I know, see? And the dead shall rise, and you shall see it with your own eyes. Yeah. Anyway, so Sarah, is married, right? So,
she was married.
Oh, she was, yes. She was married. So, you'd think the first suspect might be her, beloved husband. Maybe he's keeping it in the family. He knows how she would have voted.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And so maybe he's voting for her. Well, see, the problem with that is Mr. Sosa tragically died himself a year before Sarah did in 2008. And yet, that didn't stop him from voting.
This is a miraculous event here where we have the dead voting in Colorado. We expect that in Chicago, but not in Colorado.
If my dearly departed family members came back to the dead to vote but did not stop by my house.
Really?
I would be so offended.
The unmitigated gall of it all.
I know, it is. Now, here's the scary thing. They only looked at a couple of counties where they came up with dozens of dead voters in Colorado, swing state, potential swing state.
Boy.
I mean, Trump and Hillary are, on the line there. Now, the state Secretary of State there is downplaying this. He's a Republican, by the way. Oh, a couple dozen. Not that big deal. See, but you know what, Lee? I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
And they're going to blow this. They're going to blow this off. Listen to what's going on. I'm telling you how they do this. It's not that the dead are voting. It's not that.
Really?
No, I told you. I know. I spent years doing investigative reporting on this. I filed dozens of stories. I'm telling you, they do it in Charlotte. I know how they do it. I've told you how I busted them doing it. You just never can prove without a doubt. I mean, I even published the photos of the same flowery woman's handwriting on all the voter cards. They wait till the end of the night. They figure out how many votes they need. And then they go over to the voter machine and hit it again and again and again and again. And they just sign for all the people who haven't shown up. It's the oldest trick in the book. They did it in Charlotte. You could go to precinct after precinct. The handwriting would be the same signature over and over and over again, on the voter card. And those counties would come back late with the votes they needed, and the Democrats stop losing. In one election, the Republicans won, running away, county commission, and then the precincts came back, and then the Democrats took it. And I'm telling you, they're doing it in state after state. It's the easiest way to commit fraud. It is, and they need to go back and look at the timestamps on these machines.
Yes.
And see when these people voted. And if they really want to know about voter fraud, go back in some of these precincts and take the last 50, 60, 70, hundreds, couple hundred people who voted. Go find out, one, if they're living, and two, if they voted. Go knock on their door and find them.
This is why Democrats fight the purging of voter rolls. Because if the county issues a death certificate for an individual, what should happen is that person is then, that driver's license is put an end to it, suspended or discontinued. The voter registration should be discontinued. Any county licenses or certificates should be discontinued at that point. And that is perfectly legal, moral, and logical to do so. But yet that's why these people pitch a fit and start talking about how, when you start purging these voter rolls and take the dead people, no, you can't do that. That's abuse of power here. You're trying to lower the number of blacks or minorities that show up to vote. I mean, that's always the claim.
This is one of the reasons Trump actually has a good shot in Florida, because the governor purged the voter rolls. They fought him in court. He wanted to take the dead off. The Democrats wouldn't let him. Can you imagine? If you're honest party, why would you care if the dead were removed from the voter rolls?
Exactly.
Why would you care that?
If you're an honest party, why would it matter to you if you were required a photo ID to vote, when you have to have a photo ID to drive, to cash checks, to do many other things that people do every single day, both rich and poor, black and white? It makes no difference. That requirement is there for so many things in our lives now. And why is that being discriminatory?
What they need to do in these Colorado counties, like I said, don't just look at the dead. Go back and look at the last 50, to 100 voters in every one of these precincts. Go find them. I guarantee you they didn't vote.
And they all voted within seconds of each other.
Yeah, it's just the dead that are sticking out.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that Sarasota, having investigated this for years and tried to bust them, Sarasota voted at the screaming end. You'll go find the polls closed at 7 and Sarah voted probably 7:30. Somewhere around there. I could even put the timestamp on it. Because they'll allow you to keep voting after the polls close, right?
Because they're still in line. Because those dead folks, they always show up at the end. They're always...
At the end. They come walking in, man.
Exactly.
They say, it took them like a while because you're 6 feet under, right? So you got to...
And that zombie walk. It takes a while to get there.
You just shuffle. You don't have a car. I mean,
And on a recent photo ID, sorry.
Yep, this is going on all over the country, and I'm afraid they're going to steal this election from Trump if it's close. It's why I told you it's not going to be good enough for him to beat her by 1 point. He's going to have to beat her by 2 to 3.
Absolutely.
Just to overcome this.
Yeah.
In precinct after precinct. And that's frustrating. We're watching them steal the republic.